Fluffy bread, crispy chicken with a tangy tonkatsu sauce. What's not to love about this? My version of chicken Katsu Sando. Hi lovely folks, it's Cher here at School of Wok, London's premier Asian cookery school, and we are back with another Wok Wednesdays, and we are doing something with, yes, this hunk of a bread. Thanks to the lovely folks at Ong Ong for this beauty here. Smells absolutely wonderful. We are going to get cracking. So this is chicken Katsu Sando. Going to prep up this sando, this bread first. Nice big chunk here. You do want really nice chunky bread for this. Just going to slice this up into, I'd say about sort of 2 fingers width, because I like them chunky, you know. Look at that texture, it's incredible. It's like soft and light and fluffy on the inside, and you can see it's just, it's like crack for me, you know. Am I allowed to say that?
Well, you said it now.
Well, I've said it now. White cabbage, and we're going to thinly shred it, and this is how I crack on with it. Just going to aim for the core in the middle because that's where it kind of is packed quite tightly, so we want to just get a knife in there to open that up. Don't need loads of cabbage, so if you've got leftovers like this, I mean obviously make loads of beautiful delicious coleslaw, lots of different things. I sometimes just go in with a bit of, well, you can actually use a lot of it in okonomiyaki, that's the word, that's it, okonomiyaki, delicious, just everything from the fridge you want to get rid of, okonomiyaki. Okay, right, so just gonna get rid of the core, and then I'm just gonna peel them up like so, just a few layers at a time, and then that will just allow me to get really, really nice thin shreds. So when I've got a bit of that curve around here with the cabbage, I just kind of cut through the middle. That just kind of frees it up. Allows me to then flatten it slightly, and then I'm just gonna slice away. You know, it's really such a pleasure when you're working with really sharp knives like this. You just kind of cut through everything so cleanly and so smoothly. It's just such a joy to work with. And also, don't forget folks, a sharper knife is actually a safer knife because a sharper knife will actually cut through whatever you're wanting to cut through. A blunt knife, when it's kind of rolling around, it's not safe whatsoever. So always, always just get your knife sharpened and take good care of them. Next up, after all the lettuce is done, I'm just gonna prep my chicken breasts here. So chicken breast fillets, skin off as well. I'm just gonna butterfly them, make them a little bit wider and thinner so they're easier to get into the hot oil. So really easy way, I just very, very carefully have my non-cleaver or non-knife hand on top of the chicken. I'm just gonna go in with a horizontal action here into the thick part of the chicken breasts and just open it up. And almost kind of treating my knife like a scalpel almost. And just opening that up. And there you go, you have pretty much like a little butterfly piece of chicken fillet. And I'm gonna do exactly the same with the other one. This one's a little bit smaller. So, but the same principle applies. You're going into the thicker part of the breast fillet and then opening it up just with the tip of your knife, and then just makes it a little bit easier for you to then, now what I'm going to do is pound them down. That's going to make a little bit of noise. But essentially I'm just wanting to get a feel of the chicken, and where it's a little bit thicker, just want to smash it down a little bit. Make sure it's nice and even, which means then we've got a piece of chicken breast that is even throughout in thickness. That will make cooking a lot more uniform as well. So there we go, it's a nice pounded down bit of chicken. Righty-ho, so now next thing, I know it sounds a little bit particular when I say this, but you really just do want to organize yourself in terms of your panning station. Panning literally just means breadcrumbing or bread coating. So I have got my chicken that's all ready to go, plate of plain flour, a little bit of eggs, so 2 eggs just beaten up, and then Japanese Panko breadcrumbs. So you can easily get these from supermarkets, from the shops. Lots of places will have them. So you're just gonna go in, get it all dusted in that flour, and that flour is just going to help to kind of protect the chicken when it's in the hot oil. Dust off the excess, and then straight in to the egg. And here I'm going to go in with the other hand now. So that is the wet hand. So I always keep one hand in contact with things that are dry, i.e. the flour. And then I have another hand that's sort of for the wet, which will be for the egg. And so drip off any excess, and then the chicken goes back on to something dry, which will be your panko. And then I so go with my dry hand. I know it just sounds really tedious, but believe me, if you are doing sort of more than 2 or 3 chicken breast fillets, you will know how important it is to keep these hands separate and these hands sort of organized. Dry hand, wet hand, really important. Okay, so make sure you've got all of the breadcrumbs all in there, all over that chicken. Make sure it's all nicely coated in that. In the meantime, I've also got some hot oil in my pan on the go. It's literally just been heating up. Nice and hot. You basically want something that's around 170 degrees Celsius, okay? If in doubt, what I usually do, just grab a tiny bit of panko, and I'm just gonna drop this in there and then see what happens, if it starts to sizzle or not. There we go, got a nice little bit of sizzle going on there. I'm just gonna grab my chicken and very, very carefully just lay that very, very gently in there. So just fry for 4 minutes on each side. I do every now and then turn them over, just to get an even browning, and you know they're done because they look beautifully golden brown. If you're not sure, absolutely do just kind of cut into them and make sure that they are completely cooked through on the inside. Just seasoning them with a tiny bit of salt because I didn't see them earlier when I was doing the breadcrumb coating. So just kind of letting them chill and cool for a little bit. In the meantime, I have got my slices of bread. I'm just going to, well, dress them, I would say dress them with something. So I have got here some Tonkatsu sauce. And I've got, whoa, I'm so excited about this one. This is one of my favorite mayonnaise. If you know, you know. Okay, so I am just going to, with one piece of bread, I'm just going to be quite generous with that. Next up, I'm going to get some of my cabbage in and on this bread. And don't feel shy about sort of pressing them down because we want to make a nice compact sandwich. And we're just then going to get this baby on top. And so with the other slice of bread, I'm just going to go in very generously with my tonkatsu sauce. This is my second most favorite sauce in the world after the mayonnaise. And as you can see, I do like it quite saucy. And then all you need to do is simply just get your slice of bread and just kind of flip them over, and then that will just go on top of your chicken. I'm just going to press down. Oh, it's oozing already. Oh my goodness me, look at that. Press down really well. And I just give it a few minutes to kind of sit there nicely. It does benefit from quite a bit of pressing down, so I'm usually just kind of grab a few plates stacked up on top of each other, or you could use a really heavy tray, etc. But you want to go in there, press them down like so, let that make some nice contact with each other, and just give it a few minutes, yeah. Righty, moment of truth. Time to slice. You can do them in little fingers. I like mine quite chunky, so maybe just halving it, I would say. That works well for me. Just a little bit of pressure. Looking rather nice, if I may say so myself. I'm just gonna grab, oh, this is chunky. Oh, when I say chunky, yeah, this is gonna be a mouthful. Let's go. That bread, oh, so fluffy, and you've got the crispy exterior of that chicken and it's juicy on the inside. Ugh. I'm just gonna go finish this off now. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you also for leaving all your comments. Please just continue to leave comments, and if you've got any questions, please ask away as well. And until the next time, happy chicken katsu sandoing, people.